Could this be the end of Brexit? Oh, let's hope. What a dreamy thought that is. Although, I do like to watch the Brexiters squirm, that I do. Yeah. Since the Daily Mail readers are branding Rishi Sunak as a traitor in the comments, yeah. And the ERG are losing their mind if they ever had one. Spartans, give me a break. Well, they've lost their grip on their Brexit. Their hard Brexit. Rishi Sunak has been warned, he has. Do not sell out Brexit. Why is that? Well, senior Tories and Labour shadow MPs and others, well, they have attended a cross-party conference, a secret conference, and it was held at Ditchley Park. Oh, how the other half lives. Well, they stayed. Probably at Ditchley Park, I imagine, and I doubt they got a travel lodge, so I wonder what their expenses claims are going to be, or what was the cost of this event. Because that's what it was. It was just a big booze up, wasn't it? That's what it is. Yeah. Well, I can't emphasise enough how, well, significant this is. Because the reason they got together is to, well, have these secret talks. But they're advocating closer ties with the European Union. And they want to know, how can we do that? Well, we can tell you how you can do that. One thing you need to, well, accept the European Court of Justice. Some jurisdiction would make our lives a lot easier. Well, like I say, I can't emphasise enough how significant this is. As Sunak was potentially, well, he's advocated a U-turn. You know how the Tories love their U-turns, yeah. Always a change of direction if you listen to the likes of Lee Anderson. Well, yes, it is a U-turn on a hard Brexit. Not necessarily no Brexit at all, but a hard Brexit. A Brino, maybe. Instead. Brexit in name only. All because Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson's, well, his...
We got an oven-ready deal, put it in the microwave.
Dear me. Didn't pan out, did it? No. Well, Rishi Sunak is going against his predecessors, who turned Britain's back on the European Union. But now this secret meeting suggests that we are facing towards the European Union once again to get those closer ties. Well, if this is the case, I wouldn't be surprised that the Brexit Bill, for instance, will be dead in the water. And the scrapping of those 4,000 so-called EU laws that we helped to write in the first place anyway, but also the fact is we brought them into British laws, so effectively they're British laws, not EU laws, so that's a load of baloney for a start. Yes, the scrapping of those laws, how the, well, I was about to say something there, but how we can't, there's lots of things you can't say on YouTube anymore, just to let you know. But yeah, what we can't do is scrap these laws, because how on earth are we going to get any closer aligned with the European Union? Lots of things like human rights, for instance, your rights. I think it's all going to be dead in the water. I really do. Well, then what about the, like the CE mark? Well, that's going to be replaced by the UKCA mark. And then you've got the EUreach, which is like the largest chemicals database in the world. Well, it's the largest chemical database in the world. Which was going to be replaced by the UKreach. That was pie in the sky, that one, wasn't it? They kept kicking that can down the road. Yeah. Well. And then there's other so-called Brexit benefits. Such as avoiding, like I say, European Court of Justice, EU jurisdiction on us Brits. Well, that certainly would have to be, put to one side. Because quite frankly, we're going to have to accept it. I don't see any other way around this. I really don't. Now, if this new direction, or let's call it what it is, a U-turn. It's going to involve some jurisdiction by the European Court of Justice. Now, these are things that nobody really is talking about. They're talking about the idea, about this secret meeting, but they're not talking about the details that they are probably discussing to be able to have closer ties with Europe. And these things are really going to, well, it was like one of the red lines. Yeah, I think so. Yes, it was the European Court of Justice. So, and it betrays the 2019 Tory voters.
Kipper.
Yeah, most definitely. Yes, the 2019 Tory voters, and especially the red wall worms who did, well, that turned against Labour. And quite frankly, common sense, if common sense was ever really that common in the first place, definitely not amongst them lot. Sorry. Well, Michael Gove was among the participants at that secret summit. Yes, on how to make Brexit work. For once, he'll have to listen to the experts. Well, the Levelling Up secretary, he joined a 2-day conference looking at ways of improving cooperation with the European Union. And who was it? Senior Labour figures, including the Shadow Foreign Secretary, David Labby, and Lord Mandelson, you know, the Remainers. And so they're also present alongside others, other Brexiteers, and all gathering at, you know, the Ditchley Park, and which is, you know, a venue in Oxfordshire. But there were other guests there as well, including Ollie Robbins, Theresa May's former chief EU envoy, and he's highly respected, he was, by EU's chief negotiator, Michel Barnier.
The clock is ticking.
That it was, yeah. Well, this conference is effectively, well, it's an admission that Brexit is a complete and utter disaster. Kaboom it is, yeah. That so far, the UK has not fared too well, has it? Outside of the European Union. And let's be honest. As things stand, and you look at the ONS reports and stuff like that, it looks like the United Kingdom is heading for a gross domestic product meltdown. The fact is that we're doing so badly that Russia is going to take over our growth this year. Russia! Sanctioned Russia! So how can we make Brexit work better with our neighbours in Europe? You don't really need a 2-day conference to tell you that, do you? No. You can't make Brexit work. Not in the purest sense. But the hardliners, they dig in, they do. Such as the numpty. God, him. Oh dear. Yes, John Redwood. He responded to the conference. He said, instead of talking of a sellout at private conferences, the UK establishment needs to complete Brexit and use its freedoms. Pass the Northern Ireland Protocol Bill so Northern Ireland is fully part of the United Kingdom, and take back full control of our fish, for starters. Yeah.
Now, British fish
remember
and
that.
better and happier fish for it.
They ain't so happy because they're swimming in poo because of these Tories. Well, quite frankly, he's a complete nut kipper. That's what he is. The Brexiters, you were wrong. Yeah. You are, not just you were wrong, you are wrong. And you've been proven wrong. Isn't it quite, well, quite frankly, isn't it time that you admit that you are wrong? That'd be a start, wouldn't it? Well, the secret word of the day is Tory turncoats that turned on their little Brexiters, those who voted them in 2019 and gave Alexander Boris to Ethel Johnson that 80-seat majority. And it looks like that's going to be going the other way at the next general election. Because whatever they do now, they're not going to recover. No. Will they have any MPs after this at all? I wonder. So-called safe seats, they say. You tell me, leave it in the comments down below. Anyway, what's what channel? You do that on Patreon or buy us a coffee, and the links are down below in the description, and it is very much appreciated. Or there's links to super thanks down there as well. So it's not through the views that I can actually carry on doing this, through generous donations and what have you, it allows us to do this. Because, YouTube's got really stingy, and their latest policies are, well, they're crippling creators and, YouTubers such as myself. Any help is appreciated. Anyway, it's time for me to go. But there is no...
Let's get Brexit done.
No, there isn't. So, ta-ta. Oh, by the way, we have another channel called called Allshorts Shorts, and it's all the little short TikTok type videos. And if you want to send us anything regarding any news you want us to maybe consider, send it via the contact page on allshorts.eu. Links down in the description down below. And we're planting 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land here in France, which you'll be a part of. And if you want to contribute, buy a tree basically, we'll plant a tree on your behalf and put a sign with it with your name on, or maybe in memory of somebody. Blah 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 blah. All the usual. Anyway, it's time for me to go because I really must go.